Good morning, everyone. Kia ora. It is day 81. Day 81 on the TA. And we are back on trail after another day off. I know it's been a little weird lately with the jumping around. We'll explain all that again later. But we are back just outside of the town of Levin. We are picking up the trail again here to finish off the last 4 days of the Tararuas. That's where we're headed now. It is currently 7:14 a.m. We literally just got started right behind me there. So this is the section that we skipped out on a week ago, maybe a little less, because of the bad weather system and the high winds that were coming through. So we are back here to do it now after completing the rest of the island south of here over the last few days. So once we finish this section and get to the town of Waikene, then we will be done with the North Island. So that's exciting. 4 more days to wrap up the North Island. Provided, of course, that we don't get stuck at a shelter or something, that some weather system doesn't surprise us while we're up here in the next couple of days. But the weather looks really good. This is probably the best weather we're going to get. Chance of rain is very low. Wind is quite low. So it looks like it's going to be a really good couple of days. We've got heavy packs, 4 days of food, and then some emergency stuff in case we do get stuck at a shelter. Don't anticipate that happening. Regardless, yeah, so it's exciting to be close to wrapping up the North Island here. So we've got short days through here, relatively speaking. We're gonna do, I think it's just 10 miles today. Probably will take us 6 hours or so, maybe more, to get through that. With the elevation that we're going to be doing, and also the mud that's probably up there from the rain that happened over the last few days to a week or so. So we'll see what that's like. But for now, just going to enjoy this nice walk here, and we'll see you shortly. Hope you're having a great day. Gorgeous out here. This sort of reminds me of walking through some of the valleys in the Sierras out on the PCT. Just going through the grassy meadows and things down in the valleys with the mountains surrounding you. All right, here we are, folks, climbing through the Tararua forest, and we have reached our 1700 kilometer mark. Mud seems to be fairly dry. solid, not necessarily dry, but enough to walk on and use the steps that are built in without sliding. So not too bad so far. Stopped at the Waipehu hut just below, maybe half a kilometer or so behind us here, and now we're making our way up to the Waipehu summit. Should be there shortly, but it's pretty steep, and we've had some good mud here just after the hut, cutting up this hill. Not too bad, really. Could be so much worse. All right, we have reached the top of Waipehu. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, although right over there it is a little bit higher. So I'm guessing that's the actual summit of the mountain. But trail does not go there, and I'm not gonna bushwhack off trail just to go those last 20 meters or so to get up there, because we are about to go down and then back up to that peak right over there. All right, 3 more kilometers, about 2 more hours to our hut. A little more than 9 hours and officially 16 point something kilometers, 10 miles. We have arrived at the Marawai hut. Whew. A lot of elevation change. I'm not sure how much it was. We'll have to see at the end. All right, here we are with the wrap up for day 81 on the TA. You start.
It was a beautiful day.
It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day.
The sun was shining outside,
Yes.
and I mean, it's gorgeous weather.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask for anything better right now.
Really quickly, I guess. So where we are and why we're here. And you've seen the other videos at this point, but
Why are we here?
Why are we here?
Like
Yeah,
a huge
yes.
existential question.
So we did the first 3 days leading up to the Tararuas, which is a mountain section here north of Wellington. And when we got through those first 3 days, just before we're about to go into the mountains
The
and the
range
elevations and the range, yes, the weather was going to be really bad for going through here, and we also had some shoe issues coming up, so we decided that it was best to not go through those 4 days of the Tararuas, the range itself, and jump down to finish the rest of the island from the bottom of the ranges to the end of the island. So that's what we spent the last few days doing, and now we are back at today we started at the top Podes Road where we left the Tararua. So today we entered the Tararua Range, and here we are. This is day one of that. So we have probably 4 days or so to do that. And the weather is gorgeous, and that really worked in our favor. Blue skies today. It was a really nice day to hike.
Yep.
So, however, that being said, it was
Low
a
wind.
difficult day. Yes, low wind. Yeah.
Yes, it was a difficult day.
Yeah. So we did like 16 kilometers, 10 miles today. My watch said 17.8 kilometers. What did your watch?
Like 11 and a half.
11 and a half, yeah, miles. So, yes, but the elevation was something else. I mean, it was over 3,000 feet of ascent, 1,600 meters.
I have more than that.
I would say you should have more, like 4,000 something.
The highest
right?
peak that we were at was 3,500.
Well, yes, but okay. So
anyway,
it was a lot of ascent.
climbing.
You'll see it in the stats at the end. So it was just kind of up and down, and it's not just like one hill. It's constantly up and down and up and down and up and down.
And they're steep too.
They're pretty steep.
There's kind of vertical climbs at some points.
Yep.
Kind of hand over hand on roots and stuff,
Roots
which is
rocks.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It is.
I like doing that.
Yeah.
But it was an exhausting day.
It really was. Yeah. By the time we got here, we were tired. I mean, we hiked for over 9 hours. To do that.
Yeah. And there still was significant mud as well on the trail.
Yeah. It could have been and was probably in the last week or so much worse.
Of course.
Because there was so much rain.
Yes.
But it seems to have dried out at least enough that we don't have. It's not ankle deep, or it might be ankle deep in places, but it's not knee deep. It's not.
Avoid that.
Right. We were able to get around everything, so it really wasn't bad at all. It just slowed us down.
Yes.
It was more than anything just trying to get around it or through it or whatever. So, but yeah, otherwise it was a good day. It was just tiring and challenging.
Yes.
So,
Okay.
Yep. So, anything else about today? Yeah, it was a beautiful hike though. It was really nice, and the weather was again
Views were great.
gorgeous. Yeah.
The forest itself is amazing.
Yeah. The huts here are so far the two that we've seen are really nice. So that's great. I'll try to give you a little bit of that here. And yeah, so otherwise tomorrow is day 2 of the Tararuas. Tomorrow is only 12 something kilometers. It's probably still going to take us about 8 hours to do that. So we will pass by one hut on our way to where we will stay at Nichols Hut tomorrow night. At least that's currently the goal. And yes, it's going to take us probably all day because it's a lot of up and down again. So
it's slow moving because of the mud and the roots and things like that. It's just the footing is, you have to be very, very careful.
Right.
There's no cruisy.
Yeah,
there's no cruising.
Very little I mean, you by the time you get your 5 steps into a cruise, you're done.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Anyway, all right. So I think that's it for day 81, and so we will talk to you tomorrow on day 82. Hope you're well. Have a good night.
Good night.
So the Tiamatawai hut that we are staying in tonight is here. Not a whole lot to look at on this side, but this is right on the other side of that wall is the bunk room. Sleeps like, I don't know, 16 or something like that people, which is great. I don't see a lot of tenting space here, but there must be at least a little bit, maybe out back. But like the others, I mean, they have a little, they have the rain barrels for water and a little sink here, so you do have to filter the water. I'll take you inside. There are people in there, so probably won't say much, but there's a little dining area and a bunk room. So that's it, and each one also has a privy, which is just down there. So we don't have a view that direction, but over here we have really nice views of the Tararuas out here. All right, have a good night.